Good morning, team. I do know that it's very early. This is actually going to be a very good session because of what happens. In Sword Method today, we are going to be putting to use lessons number 1 through 6 in a case study format. What the goal with Sword Method is to create a price map that can help you navigate price better. That's really the ultimate goal. I'm going to zooming down the method and showing you how you can use it in a very practical sense. And what this basically means is when creating a price map, people who follow us, sometimes they're very interested in what is called day trading. And day trading is where we don't just take the story, but we actually go down to that particular day and find out, is there money to be made on the table today? And if there is, what can we do about it? How can we do about that? Normally, I just give you guys price maps and I show you, and some of you use different methods to trade or different techniques to enter a trade. I show you my type of signal that I like to use, which is structure based on the candles themselves. But today is a little bit different because today I am going to be showing you many of my own personal trades that I'm taking currently in this past week. So we're going to actually go down all the way to the 5-minute chart. We'll be looking at the daily, 4-hour, 1 hour, and all the way down to 15 and 5-minute charts to identify trading opportunities that are available to take. So I hope that you guys are benefited from this today. All right, let's get into it. So the live case study is going to be the Euro USD. Okay, so what we're going to do, let's go down to it and let's show you now how we can apply lessons 1 through 6 in a practical sense. All right, before we do that, let's have an opening prayer. Father, I thank you very much for this morning. We thank you for your beautiful spirit by which you bless the land, Lord. We'll thank you for all the first substance that you bless the land, Lord. I pray for light, love, and nutrition upon our children, upon our homes, upon our bodies, upon our wealth, upon all things, Lord. Cause all things to prosper and grow that is within our purview, within our responsibility, under our charge, under our care, under our homes and under our roofs. Lord, bless everything that they have. Bless everything that they have. Let there be a multiplication during these seasons of the wealth. Let there be a multiplication during these seasons of all income, of all investment. Lord, of every hand, everything they put their hand to, every business idea, venture, every book that is written, Lord, every idea, let it prosper and multiply. Every ministry that is launching from their hearts, Lord, everything that they put their hands to, every soul that they witness to, Lord, let there be a multiplication of the gospel, of your peace, of your spirit, of your presence. Lord Jesus, come and be the Lord of our lives, but bless what you have given us. Bless it, glorify your name upon the earth, and let it be glorified through us. We love you. We thank you, Lord. You're the best part of our life. You're the best part of our day. And we thank you. We praise you. In Jesus' mighty name. Amen. Amen. All right. So in this case, I'm going to be working very closely with you guys on Euro USD. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove all of my charts lines from this Euro USD, and we're going to go step by step. And if you guys have questions throughout it, don't be shy, because those questions are often the questions that everyone also has. I may be teaching in a very fast way as we apply some of these principles. Within today's lesson, there's only about one lesson that I haven't taught you guys really. It's in some of my other videos, and that's Tiger. We may or may not cover that part, but let's break it down. Here we go. All right, if I pull up a chart on Euro USD, it may look something like this. Now yours may look a little bit different. My candles are white when they're up, and my candles are down when they're red. Most people's candles are down when they're red. I do have a intro video on our Patreon website. You type that in 101, and it's going to pull up our video on how to adjust all your settings to make them look just like mine if you wanted to. But for the most part, what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to get a bird's eye view of the situation. That means we're going to need to zoom out, because I can look at price and say it's going up, it's going down, it's going up, it's going down. What is actually happening? It does not do us, in sword method, it does not do you any good if you do not understand the major stories that are happening. In sword method, we prioritize the larger picture first. What that means is that we zoom out to see the lay of the land, and then we go into the details. I'm going to say that again. In sword method, we go from the lay of the land. Is there a lake here? Oh, okay, there's a lake here. That means that we may need to turn right instead of just going straight. Don't waste your time going into the land. If you send out a hawk and the hawk flies above in the air, in the sky, and the hawk sees that there's a giant lake and you're heading in that direction, the hawk comes back and the hawk's speaking to you and you understand hawk. What's going to happen is you are going to waste your time by going towards that lake. You need to just get a lay of the land and then start planning accordingly. You can work out the details. There's a little mountain there, there's a little rock, there's a little tiny hill, the land goes down, the land goes up. There's some crazy Amazonian tribe over there. You don't want to mess with those ladies. Those ladies are tough. So let's stick to the right. Like little weird things that's going to come up. Those are all the details. And the details are the things that are not as important in the beginning. In the beginning, what's most important is getting the lay of the land. In charts, the way to get the lay of the land is to first do what? How do we get the lay of the land in charts? Does anybody know the answer? The answer is zoom out. Yes. Remember, we got to zoom out. In a chart, if I'm squeezing, I can see more of the picture unfolding, right? I can see more of it folding. But it's going to say 5 minutes right here. If it does, that means each one of these candles is just 5 minutes worth of time. Every 5 minutes, a new candle is formed. That's what that means. Every 5 minutes, a new candle is formed. The lay of the land would be first to, again, zoom out. Otherwise, you're loading a lot of data that may not help you at all. So let's zoom out by changing. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you my chart. This is step by step. Now you can see my mouse in this. So we're going to come down to here where it says 5 minutes. And I'm going to click on that button. And on that button, I can see that I can change to minutes. I can look at each candle in the terms of hours, 1, 2, 3, or 4. I can turn it into terms of days, 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, 3 months. Primarily, we'll start with a monthly chart, a weekly chart, and a daily chart. But for today's lesson, I'm just going to be showing you 1 month. I'm going to do it to you guys proper, real proper. I won't spend too much time on the 1 month and 1 week because the goal is intraday trading. But I just to remind you guys, each one of these is 1 month worth of time. So here's 1 month, 1 month. See how there's little crosshairs on my chart? All I'm doing is just holding my finger down on the chart. If I hold my finger down, that crosshairs will pop up. Okay, that's how you can move. And there's a little time marker at the bottom. I'll show you my mouse. See this? It says December 1993. So back in December 1993, the market started going up, and it went all the way up until August of 1995. So about 2 years worth of time is just that little piece right there. 2 years worth of time. Crazy, right? What we want to do is understand the full stories that are happening with price. If I was, what we're going to do is we're going to draw trend lines and identify a change of behavior. To draw trend lines, you guys know from our lessons number 1, what we're looking for is the flow of price. Okay, and we usually draw it in blue, just a blue highlighter. And then we're looking for the tops and bottoms of those flows. And when we see those, what do? We connect the dots. It's as simple as 1, 2, 3, something like that. We draw those dots. And then from there we can take and draw maps, such as a sword cut, or such as price responding to the underside of that line. And we can know that price will be looking for a change of behavior. A sword cut is at the point when price crossed over from one side and had that change of behavior. We draw a flat line, and we draw it almost always in orange. And that's called a sword cut. So we'll look for price to respond to that area with structure. Now, if we were drawing this professionally, it would look something like this. We can now go to our tool, which is right here at the bottom. We can click on rectangle, which is found in geometric shapes. If you hold it down, it'll be added to your favorites. If I go up to the top, my favorites are here under rectangle. And now we can draw rectangles on our charts, like something like that. Now I'll have one off to the side just for a few minutes. If I want to draw a flat trend line, I'll go back to that same tool and click on trend line. Now my trend line's in favorites, but yours can be in trend lines. Make sure you hold it down, click on trend line. Now what I'm going to do is collecting as many of these bottoms as possible, and I'll draw it with a color. Let's draw it with red. All right. Now that I connected these bottoms, quickly this is just a quick example or a quick reminder. I got pretty close to this bottom right here. Rounding action here, that's really nice. And some good action here. It's not so round, but it's strong. And again, this is on a monthly. And now we can identify approximately, need to get about right here. That's where you want to be, around those cores. Okay, stretch that out. All right, now we can identify where our sword cut is. The sword cut is when price begins to cross through, and the word is significantly. When price has candles that significantly close below that trend line, I know that now is the time I can start drawing a sword cut. The sword cut is the rectangle flat line. Since I already drew one on my screen, I can borrow that one down here. I'm going to bring it up. First, I'm going to make it real thin. Now, it's going to give me 3 dots, one here and here. I can use those dots to stretch it and pull it and make it thin or thick. I'm going to pull it and place that sword cut approximately right about in that area. And you can be a little bit generous with that line. Now that I drew it, we have structure at the sword cut. So now I know a price, where to look for a price to reverse. And in this example, we can actually see price rounding up to the sword cut and going down. And this is the symbol that we draw in this class all the time. This is the symbol. It has a little, that means we take the trade about right here. For some of you pros, you know what to look for if you see the candle. As soon as you see the candle really rejecting the sword cut, some people take that trade, but you may want to be safe and just take the trade about right here. In this case, we would be betting that price goes down. In Forex, we call that a short. Okay. In Forex, we call that a short. And this allows us to make money if price goes down. From here, we would be looking for the next behavior. All right, so now that was all the way back in October 1998. That doesn't help us today, but I'm going to show you how we can go all the way down to the 5-minute charts today, and I'm going to show you some of the few live trades we're taking currently. Okay, so just as a quick reminder, let's see some of the trends that are happening today. In this next part, what I'm going to do for our price map is I'm going to fade some of these lines away, and I'm going to fade this sword cut away. This was active here. What I'm going to do is now we're going to examine the down movement. So now if we knew price was going down from here, this round action, this cut here, and here, these are our new energy centers. And what can we do about that? We can draw a trend line. It's the same answer, by the way. We can now draw a trend line from this area here to this area here, being conservative, and then we look for a change in behavior. Change in behavior is going to be the main goal after creating a price map. We're looking for price to change behaviors. So if I draw a trend line, I'm going to start about right here, and I'm going to use green this time. So I'm going to start right here, my line, and I'm just going to click by clicking my tool, clicking on the trend line, and then it's going to say, okay, place the starting point. So I'm just going to put my mouse right about here. And when I put my mouse there, it now allows me to stretch the line. There's a dot that's at the end. You can click it to stretch in and stretch out. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to stretch it out, and I'm looking to place this right here at the core. This is the core of the candle, so I speak about that in lesson number 1. Okay, we're looking for those cores. That's primarily the general part. Now as we go and we stretch it out, we can now begin to ask ourselves a basic question. If we were betting that price is going down approximately here, when would we want to get out of that trade? When would we want to close the position? If we're betting we make money every time and every day it goes down, approximately when might we get out of this trade if we only have this one single trend line? When might we get out of that trade? Does anybody know the answer? Can somebody show me on my chart where we would exit this trade? That means we tell our computer, hey, we're making money here, we're making money here, we're making money here, we're making money here. It goes against us a little bit, but we're making money again. It goes against us a little bit, makes money go again. It goes against us, it goes against us, it goes against us. We cross over the trend line, it goes against us, and now we're losing money because you entered here at this price. Let's just give you whatever that price is. Somebody show me using this single trend line, if we got in at $1.91, if we get in and price goes to this side, this is the negative. This is actually, we lose money. If price goes into this area, we lose money. So where might we have wanted to take profit, or at least know for a fact we should be getting out, or know with a higher degree of certainty? Which areas? Underneath, somebody said it? What was the answer? The trend line. That's right. Underneath the trend line. So approximately about here, we would have wanted to exit that trade. Okay. Got it? About right here. So that means we would have made the money from here to here. Now let's see what profit margin that would have been. Approximately a move of 10%. Now in Forex, you trade with lots, so that 10% is massive. It's not the same as in Forex, because you do use leverage positions in Forex. But that's approximately the profit you would make. Now, is there things that can give you even more profit? Oh, absolutely. We're just talking about a single trend line, just this single trend line, and knowing there is a change of behavior. So the correct answer is there's a change when there's a change of behavior. Now, did we see price rejecting off of that line? Absolutely, we did. Look, you can see that the candle stopped about right here. The next candle tried to spike above, but couldn't. The next one, a little bit, spike above, and then it snuck across here and here. So therefore, approximately at these two candles, you may have said, oh, you know what? This thing really is going against me. And those are bigger confirmations. Okay. But if you're trading on a monthly chart, generally we're not trading on a monthly chart, we're going to have a much tighter margin. We may have done something simple as duplicating the line, putting it underneath the energy center, and then we would have known that there's another trade here because of the weaknesses. And when price came back above the area, either here or here, we would have got out. So we could have got out a little bit earlier, knowing that the sickness is over. It's like a little power play. Now, I won't get too much into that. I'm just showing you change of behavior. We're going to cover this lots of times today as we get in. All right, so now we know that the trend is going up. So now we're looking to go up. Okay. Now, if we're looking to go up and on the monthly chart, we can use that to zoom in and so forth and so on. Now, I'm not just looking for price to go up or down, am I? No, absolutely not. We're looking to group prices and trends together. In Zord method, it's very easy because we group price together as a flow. Let me show you what I mean. Let's close this out. Not close it. Let's remove all drawings. I'm going to click on this button up here, remove all drawings and indicators. I'm just going to click remove all drawings and indicators. All right. Now, I'm not just looking for one single line of price, because that can be accurate, but it's much more accurate to group the flow of price. For example, if price is going up here, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, I might want to just group all of this little zigzag area here as one single move. Okay? If I was coloring it in, it would just look like this. Price is going up, and then we go down. Here's another grouping. I'll show you back here. See all of this little up and down on the months? We go up and down, up, down. I can just block it out. Sword method is a little bit of an artistic approach. It's just one move down. It's just one move up. What about this one? Can we group that together? All this little up and down. Yeah, absolutely. Let's group it together. And therefore, we can actually make price a lot more simpler. Okay. See how simple it is? It's just up, down, up, down, up, down. What about these two up legs? Yeah, you can group them together if you wanted to. This is just to help you see the flow of price, to understand the flow of price. What about all these little spikes here? Let's go down to something more practical. Look at all this, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Can we group that together? And if so, how would it look? I'll show you. Let's connect those tops. We're still in the downtrend. Connect these bottoms. We're still in the downtrend. So this trend is active, and it should be rejecting about right there, and it was. So all of this now, and the other thing about this is if we look at this, we can actually see more of the flow. This is not the main lesson today. Of course, we're getting there. We're getting to the main lesson. How can we use this in a practical sense? We're going to go all the way down to 5-minute charts, but I want to show you, and again, I'll show you trades were live, taking my own live trades. I'll show you how that works. From our lesson number, I think it's lesson number 4, where I begin to speak about parabolics. I think that's lesson number 5. We can see that when price is starting to curve, we think this U-shape. We think, not the U-shape, but we think parabolic. We think curves. And then we start breaking out tools that actually help us with that. We can use our parabolic tool. Okay, the yellow parabolic tool. And we can start breaking these down. And therefore we know now the behavior is curved in this sense. Price is always hitting that top and coming down. So the trades would be short. Make money down, make money went down. In this example, would we really be wanting to be long-term bullish positions? Let me ask you, and I'm going to ask you guys a lot of questions today because, again, today is the unit recap. Okay, we're doing a case study from lessons 1 through 6. In this example, if price has a consistent behavior of hitting these tops and going down each time, would we be wanting to be bullish on euro? Yes or no? If we make money when it goes down, would we want to be betting that it's going to go up? And if so, when? Somebody tell me the answer. Put it in the chat, please. No. Royal says no. Okay. I would agree with Royal. I would say you wouldn't want to bet price is going to go up. You wouldn't want to bet that. So just this one chart alone on a monthly chart lets you know the flow of price. And if you can understand at least one of the energies that's happening on there, in this case, the energy we see is that yellow parabolic. That's that yellow parabolic. If you can understand just one of those energies, it puts you in the trade. It gives you the trader's edge that you need for day trading, because you need this kind of stuff for day trading purposes so that you yourself are not thrown off. Okay, now let's take this. Let's put our notes here. Let's put a text. Monthly chart. And then we're going to do this. Currently, the monthly chart is, and let's put this down, is bearish based on the yellow parabolic or yellow monthly parabolic. Okay, that's one. So we have one identifier that price is still weak because it's still underneath this line. When does price become healthy, or when would we might think about being bullish based on this one single trend line? If all you did was draw this one trend line, answer me, where will price become healthy? When do we want to start thinking about buying price? I need your participation. Don't be shy. I want you guys can use your zoom annotate feature. You can use the zoom annotate feature. You can draw on my chart with the circle. I know it's early, but the reason that I'm telling you guys that it's important is because the London session is where the Euro USD moves the most. The London session. Does anybody know where approximately on this chart? Does anybody want to try? Temp? All right, I'll show you. When price crosses on this side of this yellow line, that's the areas we want to be looking bullish on this chart. This is the healthy area.
Yes.
Okay, got it? I'll put this in my notes. This is the healthy area. That's when we want to start thinking change of behavior.
And Jason, just to clarify, even though it does pass over that, we are still waiting for the rounding, correct?
Yeah, you'll still wait for a single.
On the healthy side, even though it passes through?
Yes. And what that means for entering a trade is that if price crosses, just take price cross right here. We would draw a sword cut. We'd make it yellow or orange. And then we would look for either a pullback to here, and we take the trade about right there. Or what we would do is we'd look for a pullback along that same yellow path. And you can either draw it with your finger or you can just stretch it out. But if you stretch it out, the yellow parabolic, you're going to have to adjust the middle a little bit more. So just get used to that. Again, this is a type of art. If you don't trust your stretching skills, just draw with your finger. All right, so that means that price could come back down to here. And both of those entries would be correct, which means you want those prices here or here, as close as you can to the sword cut, whatever that price would be. That's what you would be looking at. In this example, those prices would be about $1.14, and it would also be about maybe somewhere along this line. Now this is very dynamic, so the number will go really down. But if it was here, that's where you'd want to take the trade again as well. Okay, I'll just take a quick screenshot, but we're going to get to another practical use application for this. Okay, so far we have 1 point of bearishness on this chart. Is there another point of bearishness on this chart? And I'm going to this is remember, you guys need to know this stuff so that you can use this to fly through those really fly. Okay, you're going to really fly. I'm now going to give you the option, and I'm going to show you this chart. Look at this chart before me, and I want you to show me where would the next point of weakness begin. Because here's the beauty about Forex trading, if you guys are new to Forex. With Forex, it doesn't matter if you think it's going to go up or if you think it's going to go down. It's just as easy to enter the trade. If you think it's going to go down, you hit the sell button and you're betting that it goes down. If it goes down, you make money. So you don't care if it goes up or down. You just care to know if it's going to go up or if it's going to go down. If I think it's going to go up, I hit the buy button and I can make money when it goes up. If I think it's going to go down, I'm going to hit the sell button. I'm showing you this chart. On this chart, we know that price is weak because it's underneath here. But we're talking about months and months. Each one of these candles is months. We need to verify. We need to not verify, I shouldn't say. We need to look closely to see the exact prices now. We don't want to just be ambiguous, because on a monthly chart, that can last you months of time or years of your time. I'm not here to take years of your time. I'm here to show you how you can trade this and these particular trades on a 5-minute. But with sword method, it's just a matter of drawing the map on a higher time frame, zooming in, the hawk, right? Zooming in, drawing the map, zooming in, drawing the map, zooming in, drawing the map. Okay, so show me now where the next point of weakness is on this chart. Let's go step by step. Examine the flow first. And I usually draw it with a blue highlighter. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Rounding action. Here. Up, down, rounding action. Up. Big V and back up, and currently we're rounding. For some reason we're rounding right here. Who can tell me where the next point of weakness is, and possibly why we are, and I'm going to give you the clue, why we're rounding here. You guys see that? All right, so that's the flow of price to make things easy for you. Show me now where the energy centers are. Step number 2. The energy centers, and I want you guys to participate. If you guys can, I want to let you do it, please. Because I want to train your eyes, but I also have to train your finger and hand. Okay? Go ahead and show me the energy centers. We did the ones on the top. They're here, right? All these ones on here. Ringling. Where are the energy centers on the bottom? Use the zoom annotate feature on your phone or on your iPad or on your laptop. Click the annotate button and draw right on my screen where the energy centers are. Okay, Royal drew one there. Go ahead. He drew one here in that area. Where's the next one? Good. Where's another one? Come on. You can do it. You're going to like today because I'm going to leave you with a good opportunity to make some money. All right. Good. Good job. Is there any more? That's right. Basically, it's so easy. All the little spikes are those energy centers here and here. All right, let me clear your annotation. Good job. Okay, now what's next is which ones are the most important ones? Which ones are the most important ones? Rounding action is the answer. Rounding action is the action. When we see rounding action, those are going to be the most important ones. The spikes are fun, but the rounding actions are the most important. If you did only one trend line, and if you're watching this video, I'm talking to you. If you did only one trend line, Christina Kelly, if you're watching, I want you to connect the round action. That's going to help you. Okay, so let's connect those rounding actions here. There's only two of them, right? 1 and 2. Let's connect these at the core. So what we're doing is we're looking at the essence of all this structure. Yeah, it's all spike, but if you zoom out, it forms a nice bottom. So it's rounding action. Okay. So let's draw those rounding actions now. And let me put this as well. Call out round action energy centers are the most important. If you only connected round action, you would see more than most traders. Everything in this video is not financial, investment, or trading advice of any kind. Everything is just for entertainment, educational, and comedic purposes only. Bear in mind that I eat red crayons for breakfast. Never trade more than you can afford to lose, and especially be aware against leverage trading if you don't know what you're doing, especially. Okay, now what we're going to do is going to draw a trend line from these two areas. So let's draw them. Did you guys draw them? Let's draw them. A flat trend line from here to here. And this is going to be revealing and telling. And we're going to go further down. So what we can do is go to our tool. We're going to click on trend line. And then we're going to start about right here, the very last place we left off without crossing over the other cores. And I'm trying to hit the cores. Let's use the color purple. And I'm going to try to connect this to about right here, the cores of this area on the monthly chart. And I'm going to stretch it out. Okay, and I'm going to put this angle about right there. Needs to be right at the bottom of that cluster. Usually it's the last red one or the last red one. In this case, we're just going to put it at the bottom of that white. All right. And now let's delete some of these highlights and get a little bit more professional with these. I know I got a lot of highlights. If you have a lot of lines you want to delete quickly, click on your tool and then come up to eraser. Click on eraser. Now everything you touch will just be erased. So you don't have to just keep clicking on a line and clicking delete. Okay, now we have this. It's very interesting. And if we were to draw the wick range for this trend line, if I click clone, and I clone out this angle and I put it at the wicks, approximately the bottom of the wick. Now I can actually either quickly highlight this area as a resistance by color it in. The other thing I can do is draw a rotated rectangle. I'm going to show you this, and this is how we can do Rick Wayne. If I click on this tool and I click on geometric shapes, one of them is going to say rectangle, but if I slide my finger along there on the iPad, one of them is going to say rotated rectangle. If I click on rotated rectangle, I can now draw a rectangle that I can rotate. Now, the reason I don't often draw a rectangle that's rotating is because I can't always adjust it the way I want to adjust it. It doesn't let me click on the corner. If I click on this corner, I can't make it. So you have to just eyeball it about how thick the rectangle is and then put it where it is, and then you can rotate it. I'm clicking the right side and that helps me rotate it, but it doesn't, it always puts on symmetry. So if you guys know about that from artists, it's something you want sometimes and you don't want. Now because of this, I'm now going to delete the bottom because I want to, and the color of that I'm going to change to purple in alignment with my trend line. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this is our settings, okay? If I want to grab it, I click right here with my finger and I can move that around. I click on this and this is going to pop up. This is my toolbar for this particular trend line only. I'm going to click on this little fill button, and now it's saying that there's an opacity of green that I can add. This is the background color. Now I can turn it all the way off if I don't want a background, but I do this case because I'm drawing wick range, and I want it to be about halfway opacity, and I want it the same color as the trend line, so I'll click on that little purple right there. Okay, oh, you guys can't see, I turned off my, sorry. Okay, just quickly again, this right here where my mouse is hovering, that's where you can move this around. That's the toolbar for this trend line only. If I click on the little fill button here, that's where I can open my opacity left and right. You guys can see my mouse now?
You could see before.
Oh, you could?
Oh, I think, yeah, I could, I think.
Okay, great. Now you have wick range. And this is a simple way, if you guys are just getting started, you may want to do wick range as well, because it blocks out good sections of price. Now we can see easily what is happening. Somebody tell me what's happening even without sword cut. What is happening in this story? What's happening? I promise I'm going to get you guys down to a 5-minute. Does anybody want to guess what is happening in the story of Euro USD?
Is it building up?
Yeah, it's gone up since what, November 2022. It's been going up every month, but something else is happening. Does anybody else can see it with their eyes easily what's happening?
Oh, it's rounding.
That's right. And rounding in a good way or rounding in a bad way?
Good way.
In a bad way.
In a bad way.
No?
Yeah.
Good way.
It's good if you want to bet going down. Look at the action. It's rounding here underneath this trend line. So should we be betting that price is going to continue going up, or price would be going down?
Price is going down.
That's right. Because we're rounding underneath here. We have no business rounding up here. We had to see, here's what's happening in the stock. Price is going up, hit the bottom, went up, hit the bottom, but then we went underneath and we had a change of behavior right here where I'm circling. Then price spiked down and it came right back up, but now it's mushrooming over. It's rounding where we should expect. Because we're rounding on the underside of the trend line here, we should now be expecting price to go down. Right? Now here's something else. We already have one reason it should go down based on the yellow parabolic, right? Let's put that border in yellow. So based on this yellow parabolic, we already know that we're on the underside of price. So we're still going down, right? That's one sign of weakness. The other sign of weakness is now price rounding on the underside of its own trend down here in pink. So we would be betting now with a higher degree of certainty over the next maybe year, because this is a monthly chart, right? This was since November 2022 and we're already here, we're rounding. We might have a higher degree of certainty if you were on Wall Street today and you got hired for the job and they said, hey, Royal, we hired you because we have all these hedge fund managers and they're losing us money left and right. Which direction is price gonna go? And you're gonna be like, it's easy. Can't you guys see it? You have two major reasons of weakness. And there it is. All right, now let's mark that off. Put it on our list. Here we go. Okay. We're gonna put this border as pink. I'm gonna click on the settings button and I'm gonna change the border. And I'm gonna do what Biden did, and I am gonna place a border. Okay, Biden did not. And we're gonna say number 2, monthly chart. Price is rounding underneath the monthly straight angle. It's just a straight angle, just straight. And I can put this as, and I'm gonna put wick range. Okay, if you guys want to be specific. So now we have 2 reasons here. Okay, great. Is there anything else? I'm gonna quickly go because we have a lot to cover real quick. So I'm gonna draw it. I'm running out of time. And the answer is, even if you didn't do wick range and you just did the actual trend, you basically have sword cut. If we draw a flat rectangle at the point of change, it's right here. The sword cut was on this candle right there in the center. That candle right there. When price crossed over, that's where we draw our sword cuts. Approximately that area is where we're looking for prices to round. And the wick range is a beautiful thing because with wick range, you don't have to be such a good art at drawing or finding the actual trend. You can actually be, as long as you drew those cores for the most part correctly, you have most of what you need. So let's draw that sword cut again one more time. And I'm going to draw it approximately here. And now you know. And if you wanted to be really generous with your sword cut, I'm not going to crucify you either. You can use the wick range for the sword cut. But it's not as an exact method. What's more exact is if you drew the exact candle. So I'm just giving you this so you guys can get started easily and see the flow, which is more important than you being so exact. Being exact is great and you'll get there. But for now, it's enough for you to at least hit the side of the barn. If I train you how to use a gun, one day it's going to be important for you to mark between the shoulder and between a fatal wound and a shoulder wound. But for right now, I just want you to learn how to first pull the trigger, fire at the side of the barn, hit the side of the barn. That's enough for you to be successful. Okay? By your skill, anyone can play piano in a basic sense. But not everybody can play for the orchestra, right? You don't have to. You just need to get started playing the piano. All right. So we can see this is also under number 3. This is also exactly under the sword cut area. Okay. So we have 3 major reasons for weakness. Why we want to be betting that the price is going down. Okay, what do we do from here? It's simple. I'm glad for that. Let's now, what do we do? Somebody tell me. Who knows what we should do? How can we use this to make money now? I told you at the beginning of the class, the SM. Was it vibrant?
Oh, I was saying shorted?
We can short it, but then how long are we in the short? This is a monthly chart. Each one of these is a month. We could be here for many months. I don't want to be here for a few years. I want to teach you guys how to day trade. There, friend. Superfood got it. Zoom in. You're darn right. So we're gonna do something. Once I have this, there's a little symbol up here. Lets me go back to my tools if I click on that. All right. And now I click down here from 1 month. You guys can see my mouse, right? And then I go here to the weekly. All right. Now on the weekly chart, am I going to see anything really new? Something is starting to unfold. Let's now look closer in this area. Tell me what you see. Let's build a more comprehensive map. Okay. Tell me what we see. Again, using our lessons from Unit 1 through 6, any of the lessons we learned from Unit 1 through 6, what do we see to help build a more comprehensive map? What do we do next? Come on, you professionals. I'm going to show you how to make money doing this. If you have the right map, you can use your indicators. As long as you have a map. A lot of people have indicators, but they don't have a map. They don't know where we're going. They don't know what the story is. That's our job. You create it, and you show it, and you can see it. Can anyone see what we should draw next for this map? What do your eyes see? That's where now zooming in. Okay? Nobody? Okay. Here it is. Look at the flow of price. What is that? Somebody tell me. What is this shape? It's parabolic. The answer is parabolic. Okay? So let's draw that professionally now. We're going to take a curve tool, our parabolic. We click on here, click on curve under our favorites. Otherwise, it's going to be found under your, I think it's not patterns, geometric shapes. And one of them is going to say curve. Hold it down, add to your favorites. Okay? Let's draw that curve here. This is going to help you guys. See how price is bending down here? The flow of price is bending down really strongly. There may be a little hidden battler up here, but price is bending down. And that hidden battler, I already taught you guys how to deal with that. You make it a flat, all right? In blue. You make it a flat at the top and at the last point when it crosses back into the line, which is here. See how we cross back over here? That's where you're going to be your hidden battler. Let's just put text, hidden battler. All we're doing is identifying the map points. You can see price hit it exactly here and went back down. Cool, huh? Right? Yeah, your map points. All right, now if I have this parabolic that's curving price in these areas, then what should I do next? If I see that price was bouncing and crossed over here, what do we do when price crosses over? What is the answer, Vibrant? We can draw something. It starts with an S. No, not shorted. Not yet. Almost.
Sword cut.
That's right. Sword cut, Moira. Got it. She's good. Let's draw a sword cut. So we're going to take our rectangle tool and about right where it crossed over, that's where we draw a sword cut. So now we have a weekly sword cut. We can click on the line and you'll normally default to style, but if I click on this word text, I can now put something in here. Let's put it weekly chart. So we know it's a sword cut on the weekly chart. You could type weekly chart sword cut if you wanted to. Let's put this on the bottom and we'll put it in white. So to do that, I'm clicking on this word right here, text alignment. We're going to put it in bottom and we can put it on the left if you wanted to. But I like to put mine right in the center. So now it's at the bottom here, weekly chart. And then we know this is a weekly parabolic, but you cannot add text to parabolic. At least not in this version of TradingView. Okay, let's add to the story. We're going to borrow this and we're going to put more of the story. And I'm going to go down and I'm going to type in weekly chart. Price broke above the yellow parabolic. Okay. Now, let me ask you a question. If price has broken above the yellow parabolic, is that bullish or bearish? If we have been going down on this weekly chart and price breaks above and it starts moving up, is that bullish or bearish?
Bullish.
That's right. That's correct. It is bullish. Okay. So this is bullish. But remember, what about the monthly chart? The top, bearish. The monthly chart, we were rounding underneath that major parabolic up here. That's bearish. So we got bearish on the overall. But in the weeklies, over the last few weeks, right? Over the last many weeks, in this case it was since October, November of 2022, we have been bullish. So we don't want to take that trade, right? Let's do this a little. Let's do this like this. Let's copy that. Copy that. And let's change the border to green. All right, so now this was two versions. This was all on one. This needs to be all on one. I'll just put all the monthlies on one. 1, 2, and 3 analysis that we have. And it'll look like this. All right. So just to recap so far, the monthly chart is bearish based on the yellow monthly parabolic. Price is rounding underneath the monthly straight angle wick. It's bearish. And this is also exactly under the sword cut area. That's bearish. So 3 reasons to be bearish monthly. The weekly chart is price broke above the yellow parabolic line. That is bullish. However, is that the last thing we got going on here? No. Quickly, because I'm running out of time. I want to get down to a 5-minute chart. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you how to make money with this, maybe possibly this week. I think I took 3 trades already, maybe 4. We'll stop here because we'll go to the daily chart. Yeah. Okay. Now we zoom in like the hawk. Okay. Weekly to what? The daily. So we click here and now we're going to go to the next one. Down. All right. Now we can get more of the story. Now we're looking primarily at this as our chart. Now, tell me what you see. Bigger fish story, yes? Tell me what your eyes see.
Rounding.
Rounding. Where, Royal? Draw it. Show me. Rounding. Where? Draw those rounding actions. Good. Okay, so he sees rounding here. He sees some type of rounding here, but I'll tell you this, Royal. So let's clear your annotation. This is the rounding I see. This one's a little point, but yeah, it's a little rounded, but it's really pointed. And so is this. But this right here is round. So is this. Now, you could connect these.
That's right.
But we already went above and went right below. So something's wrong. We went right above and went right below. In fact, we're making new lows. Or coming up to these old lows. So something might be wrong with this one. But what about the bottoms? And there's more ways we can analyze this, but just keeping to very simple lessons 1 through 6, rounding action, connecting those dots. Have we thought about drawing those rounds together? Have we thought about connecting these dots and seeing what happens? Let's do it. Okay?
I thought about it,
You thought about it. Let's do it.
but don't know what to do.
Yeah, let's connect these two energy centers because these are smaller energy centers on the daily chart. Let's connect those lines and let's give it a color. Let's choose red.
A quick question. You know when I've drawn, do I have to press the save button for you to be able to see it?
No, you don't have to click save. Just draw it on your trade and it keeps coming up because it keeps a record of all that you've drawn on TradingView. Okay. Now, can you guys see that we've had a change of behavior? Let's take a look and verify if this is correct. We drew this straight angle here, which could be a key angle basically. And to do that, we would look at the previous energy centers here and here. Primarily, we're looking for the ones in between the line we drew. So somewhere in this area, we're looking to draw and put the duplicated trend line on top of those. So let's do that for real. What I'm going to do is click the clone button. So I click on this trend line and the 3 dots down here. I click on clone and now I have 2 lines. I click on one of those lines and now I can move it around with my finger. I'm going to bring it up to that energy center and I'm also going to bring it back. And what has happened is that I see price has responded quite nicely in this area and this area. So remember, with sword method, price can be verified in the past or in the future. So this is approximately correct because if it's correct, we should have rejected here. If I drew it here, we should reject here and we should also reject here. We did all 3 times. So that tells us that this was the channel on the daily chart. Price was playing in here. And that's where price should have done. So when price came here, what should price have done right here? Where my mouse is. Can you guys see my mouse still? No?
Yes.
Okay. What should a price have done right here? Tell me what price should have done. If this was the channel, what should price have done here?
Held it.
Build it?
Held it.
Held it,
on
yeah.
to it.
That it should have held the line. And what that means is that price should have gone up. It should have bounced on the line. Did it bounce? Technically, yes. This is a daily chart. So for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days we bounced. But then the line didn't hold. The bounce was not strong. The bounce was weak. And now something new has happened. And that is, again, the goal of sword method, to draw maps to identify change of behavior. Draw maps to identify change of behavior. Let's say that all together. We draw maps to identify change of behavior. Okay, that's the real secret of sword method. Okay, remember, if you guys are just joining us, we are using lessons 1 through 6 in a case study, live Euro USD. I'm going to show you guys live trades. Some of these trades I've taken myself over the past few days. All right, let's go back in. So now we can see that there has been a change of behavior, correct?
Yeah.
And if that's the case, we can draw wick range, because look at these wicks. Let's see if we can draw that wick range like I just showed you. Okay, now in this example, I could draw the angle slightly up to hit these cores. But because I have 3 points of touching, I'm going to use the approximate average. These multiple touch wicks will override these cores. So therefore the angle is going to be a slightly lower. Just to quickly, you may not get this now, but later on when you watch it, if I were to put the angle here and I would have put it right at the core, my angle is up here. But I don't have any verification, so therefore the angle comes down and those wicks are the ones that win down here. This is just a little advanced, but you guys will get it. If you were not doing that and all you did was what I told you about earlier about wick range, you go to your rectangle, rotated rectangle, click rotated rectangle, and draw it. Draw the angle, stretch it out about right where it should be. Good. And then move that rectangle approximately where it should be. Let me thin it out. It needs to be thin. Good. Approximately that area. Now let's make that area. Double click on it. I'm going to change the background to red. Change the border to red. I'll delete this angle. So wick ranges can save you if you're not drawing exactly. You still know where approximately to draw. Now that we have a change in behavior, what can we do with this trend line? Who knows the answer? I suspect Moira knows the answer. Price is first, let's ask ourselves a question. Now that we have a change of behavior from here, is price significantly below that trend line? Significantly. Are the candles just flirting with it, or did they clearly come on this side?
Below.
Yeah, it's clear that it's below. If it is clear, what can we draw next based on that break? Starts with an S. Who knows it?
Another sword?
That's right, another sword cut.
Yeah. Sword cut.
You're darn right. So let's click that here. Let's draw that sword cut. And all we're doing is, and here's the beautiful thing about making these maps, guys. Once you make the maps once, that's all you really need to do. So we're just going to draw the sword cut and just stretch it out. And I'm drawing it approximately in that range to be average. We have a high side for a price and a low side for the price. I don't really care too much about the price just yet. But if you wanted to, you can put two price labels, one for the high and one for the low, if you wanted to. Now this guys you will need a little bit. Okay, now that we have done this, what should we do? What analysis can we take from this on the daily chart? So the monthly chart, we knew it was bearish. The weekly chart, we know that there was some bullishness. But the bullishness, there's something else that's happening. As we go down, zoom in, what can we gather from what's happening? What is the story so far now? Is price bullish or bearish? Based on
I think bearish.
Bearish? Royal says bearish. Vibrant, what do you say?
Think bearish too.
Vibrant and Royal think bearish, and the answer is bearish. Because if price were bullish, again, why would we have, if we're bouncing along this line, we should be going up. But why are we now showing weakness? Because there's weakness and price is now crossing over here. This is a sign of weakness. Let me show you what that means. It means there's no good reason why price needs to be coming into this territory without some signs of weaknesses. Okay, now one could argue there's a few things going on, such as the old previous low. Yeah, and that's true. Price could be going to that low as a flat because it's round action, and that means that we may be bouncing up and coming back down, or bouncing up and coming up to the underside of the wick. But there's that's only two behaviors, and it's going to be one or the other. But for the most part, weakness has been revealed. So we really should be very careful entering buy trades, swing trading. Like on every few weeks we place a trade, and if you guys buy it right now, you're probably going to, if you sell it right now, you may lose some money. Okay? Because we're waiting for price to really hit that sword cut. Okay? We're waiting for price to come up and hit the sword cut. Now one could argue, yeah, I hit the sword cut. One could argue that. Let's make sure this is really approximately correct. Yeah, this is about right. Okay, good. But none of the core candles, let me show you. None of these core candles have really hit the sword cut. Just the wicks, they're just tapping it. So it's possible there's still some life in this crypto. And price is sometime in the near future, because of all the weakness on the monthly, that sometime in the near future, price is going to now reject either here or up here, but we know it's going. So now our job is to find out more of the story. Now that we know what's happening, and you go to work tomorrow and your friends are like, hey man, what's going on with the euro? I don't know. You're like, oh, I already know. There's weakness on the monthly, so eventually it's going to go down. There's some bullishness on the weekly chart, but if we look carefully, we can see that the change is already happening. The change is already happening. So let's put more of that to the story. So now let's do this. Weakness has appeared. Let's write it in our notes. Okay, so let's do another one. Weekly chart. Let's clone this out, and we'll make this one red. Oops, border. Going to change the border to red, and we're going to put daily chart. Price has shown weakness. Okay, number one. There's really only one that I see. Price has shown weakness by building significantly, or by moving into, I shouldn't say that yet, because there's not enough structure here on the daily chart. Price has shown weakness by entering weak territory. You guys remember territory from lessons number 2. So just a recap. If this is the trend, anything underneath here is weak territory. Price entered weak territory. Simple. Price going up here, that's the trend. We identified where the trend was. That's the bottom. That's the top. Price entered that territory. Oops. Price entered that territory here. So there's no reason why we'd want to be bullish right now. It could be dangerous for us. It could be dangerous. Now price could go up, but we're still, why are we on the underside of this? Oops. Why are we on the underside of here? I won't beat a dead horse, though I do sometimes. And they call PETA on me. And when they call PETA on me, I usually just make a beautiful Greek raps. Some of you guys are going to get that joke. Some of you guys are not going to get that joke. I don't get it. Why Greek raps? What's PETA? It's okay. Think about it. So now we know weakness has ensued. Let's take that picture. Here's this. And let's also move this off up to there so you guys can see it. Yeah. And I'll just quickly circle this and highlight it in red for the picture's sake. Okay, you're saying, how can I use this to make money? Again, I showed you monthly, weekly, daily. What are we going to do now? How can we use this to make money? If we know that the territory is between here and here, this is the area that price is going to rise. Now you've narrowed it down. What is price supposed to do here? I know now, if it comes, I'll show you this in just a second. I know if we are rounding underneath the sword cut, what happens next? If we round, especially if it's nice and round. What happens next? Somebody
Go up.
It goes up? Back through?
No.
No, that's right. It doesn't.
No.
It does down.
Like make money.
Yes, that's right. And that's how you can make money. But it's still such a wide range. We're talking, look at these prices. It's really wide between here and here. That's pretty wide margin now. This is a very wide margin. So how can we use this to make money? Maybe today, maybe this season, or in this week. I'll show you. What is the answer? Who knows the answer? What do we do next? What's the next step?
Zoom in.
That's right. We zoom in. We drew the map. The map is beautiful. The map is unfolding. We can see that the bigger pictures and story within story. It's like Arabian Nights, my favorite books. You can see the weakness on the week, on the day, on the monthly. We can see what happened on the weekly, but the weekly's already slowing down. We can see the daily, more weakness. We're looking for the weak ones. That's the ones we want to enter in. We zoom in. Click here. 1 day. Change it now to 4 hour. That's all we got. So draw it. Click it. 4 hour. All right. Now, on the 4 hour, this is where things get a little bit choppy. People are like, oh, what's happening? And if you didn't do your homework, what was the homework? The homework was to start at the higher time frames, draw the map, zoom in, draw the map, zoom in, draw the map. Now you're not getting thrown off. You don't care because you know what's happening. And what does this look like on the 4 hour chart now? What is the shape looking like? What is the flow looking like? Can somebody tell me what this looks like? Not yet. We're not going to hourly just yet. So Superfood says, so week on the monthly and daily is a shorting opportunity. Yeah. And the weekly is not in a way because the weekly is already slowing down. We're really far. I forgot that. Let me go back to that weekly and just show you guys quickly. The trade for bullishness on the weekly was on this yellow parabolic here. That's where we drew that first. The trade was here. We're super far away from that area. We're very far away from any potential entries. If there is an entry, it's going to be down here again because the sword cut is hot. There's no trade on the weekly, so the weekly is not going to bother us. He's a sleeping bear. So we're looking, we say, oh, there's a dragon on the monthly. Oh, there's a bear, but he's sleeping. But there's another dragon, so we should be afraid of the down dragons. Got it. Okay, good. Let's go back. Let's go back to that 4 hour. Somebody tell me what shape this is. Does anybody see the shape? Can anybody see what I see? What shape is this? What was it?
Parabolic again?
Parabolic? Maybe. Maybe. Superfoot says rounding cup. Yes, that's the rounding action. Rounding action. Do you see that? Does that make sense? So now, this is a good sign that if we continue hit sword cut, we can go down. Rounding action. And sword cut will be hit soon, right? Soon. Yes. Okay. So we're very close. Okay. To that. Let's put that in our notes for the 4 hour chart. Let's clone this out. Now we're going to make one that's for 4 hour. And let's give this border a yellow border. Okay. 4 hour. Poor H. Price is rounding up towards the sword cut. This is bullish, but us to look for the short, the bearish shorting opportunity. The bearish shorting opportunity, because it is rounding exactly where it should be. So this may not be the only round action, but right now it's smooth enough that we would be looking to short possibly in these territories. Okay, so that means that we'll be looking to short approximately here. Let's call that out. I'm going to use the annotate. If you guys don't have this yet, it's going to be under the annotate button. And if you go to call out, hold it down, and then it's going to show up here at the top. Call outs are like that little comic book. I can put it on my screen and then type some text. I'm going to put the border as red so we know it's bearish. This is the area where we would be first looking for shorting opportunities. Okay, and then I'll put these two prices so you guys know approximately according to what we drew. One here and here, and so you guys now know what areas you might be looking. But again, this is 4 hour chart, so is there any other opportunities we can use to make money? No, I'm glad you asked. Yes, there is. Okay, so we got that 4 hour. Now let's draw. And what should we do next? I'm just gonna, normally we'll go to 2, and we can do 2. I'll do 2 to keep things simple for you guys. I don't want to break protocol. I give you rules for a reason, so you guys have a starting area, a starting point. All right, now Royal saw it first. What do you see on this chart? What do you see on this chart? Vibrant, do you know the answer? It's very easy for me to see, but I want to make sure you guys can see it.
No, I'm sorry, I don't know the answer.
Okay. The more you guys sit with me over my shoulder, the more you guys are going to see it. Who can see the week? Okay, week. Does anybody see any patterns, any shapes, any flows? What is the flow of price? What is the overall flow? If I take a big highlighter, what appears? Does anybody know? This is going to help you make money. Rounding. Okay, Superfood says rounding. Yes, the whole thing is starting to round. Good, Vibrant, good. But is there another type of rounding that we have? Think about the lessons. Lesson number 4. I think it's lesson number 4. We talked about parabolics. Does anybody see the parabolic on this chart? Yes, you see it, Superfood? Good. Who else sees it? Vibrant got it. Good job, Vibrant. She drew the flow, the rounding here. And there it is. That's right. Now what you're doing, nice big one, right? Now you wouldn't see this on the monthly. And you wouldn't see this on the daily. Just quickly, if I go back to that weekly chart, it's going to load. That is a barely speck. You can't even see it. It's just 2 candles. You wouldn't draw that. You wouldn't see it. You wouldn't see this opportunity. If I drew it on the daily chart, you barely would see it. You would be like, yeah, that's not a parabolic. But if you're looking all the way down to a 2-hour chart, what has happened? What is the time frame from that? I'll show you. Look at the top of here. What's the date here? That's August 23rd. And what's the date here where price had a change of behavior? September 10th. Here's where we start zooming in. Forex is the best place to zoom in Forex currency pairs, because with Forex currency pairs, there's a lot of volatility. It's a $1 trillion market. Not like all the cryptos are $1 trillion market. We're talking just one stock, the Euro USD. It's like a stock. Okay. According to this, where should price have bounced? What should we draw after we drew this parabolic? Who knows the answer? What should we draw after that parabolic? I'm showing you guys how to use this to make money.
Sword cut.
That's right. Who said that? Who said it?
That was me.
Oh, good. Moira? Sorry, as soon as you talk. Look, so we're gonna draw the sword cut right here. You guys can see it. And now what do we have? What is this? Somebody describe what's the story based on that sword cut. What did price do at that sword cut? Somebody tell me with words.
Creating another story.
Creating another story.
Foolish.
Bullish? Why is it bullish? If you were teaching somebody this.
About the salt line and about the curve, parabolic curve.
Yep. That's right. So if I were to recap this story, we can see that price has been going down, going down, and then change in behavior here. It may be healthy, it may be bullish. We're looking for a signal now. What do? We can draw the sword cut or continue out the parabolic. If we continue out the parabolic, do it in yellow. Did we have an entry signal? Yeah, we sure did. We had what? Rounding action into a sword cut. Rounding action into a sword cut is generally rounding action into a sword cut. We're looking to go up. If you were in a shorting position, you'd probably lose money. But if you were in a buy position, is there danger? Is there danger? Because remember, the story that we took pictures of, the story is bearish. Should we be buying?
Very close. We can consider to entry the market. Depends on your portfolio ratio. And then as long as you're not hitting the top big soul cut, we have to get out there.
Yes, that's right. Because each one of these candles is 2 hours. So every 2 hours, another candle. You'll be if you're not paying attention, you shouldn't trade it. If you can pay attention, you may be able to get away with some of the buys. Now, the general rule of thumb is if the trend is down, the trend is your friend. You want to go with the trend. But sword method is amazing because with sword method, we can map out not just the trends, but all the groupings of the trends. We can see the energies for all the trends. So because this is a 2-hour chart, the answer is technically you can trade it. Did I take any buy positions? Yes, I did. Did I make any money with them? Yeah, I made a little bit of money, not much. The real trade is the short. That's the one I want. But for the most part, once I'm on this sword cut and I see rounding, I want to close out my short positions if I was in any short, because I'm now teaching you how to day trade. And day trade, you're getting in, you're getting out, you're getting in, you're getting out. So you have to be quick to get in and quick to get out based on what the candles are telling you. All right, so let's draw this real quick. Let's put this quick, because again, I'm showing you I want to show you guys how to day trade. So how to bring it all together. We're just using only lessons 1 through 6. There's one more that I'll teach you, but let's draw this. Text. Let's do the teal color. The border teal. Okay. Price was bullish. It rounded. Oh, by the way, to HR. Price was bullish. It rounded on top of the sword cut. Exactly. That is bullish. However, there's still more bullish action that may happen before the main shorts. Okay, so I'm just gonna put that out there. The main shorts are up here. So now let's do something quickly. Let's draw the story out. Let's draw with the pencil, the little tool here. And I'm gonna click on brush. And brush allows me to draw these little shapes, right? If I'm drawing round action, I would be looking for prices to come up here, approximately. And I might want to take the trade about here. And that's what's happening. So there may be still more bullishness in this trade, okay, on the 2-hour chart. So might want to be exiting. Now, do I want to exit exactly at $1.0788 if I took a buy? Would I want to exit at 1.88? Would I want to exit?
Yes.
Exactly at the
Yes.
price? We got one yes. We got one yes. Anyone else? Is there any reason I might not want to exit exactly at this price up here? Is there any reason I might not want to exit at that price?
Price.
Here it is, 1.07, this area up here. Is there any reason I might? Yeah. We live in a world. Go ahead.
Is it depends on the wick, right?
Mm-hmm.
It might have a chance to hit it. Depends on the wicks. I don't know.
So we live in a world where there's manipulation, and sometimes price moves so fast that we may not even get up to this area. And if we do, it will only show on a chart, and the exchange may not feel me. So to be not greedy, personally, this is what I personally do. I usually set it down here, a little bit off the entry. I like to be the first to the party and last to leave. That's a habit you want to have in trading. You don't need to squeeze out every drop. There's always a trade. There's always a trade somewhere on some market somewhere. A trading lesson. There's always a trade. Remember that. Okay? There's always, everybody say it with me. There is always a trade.
There is always a trade.
Okay?
Amen.
And what I say that is to break the greed from you. Because if you're so greedy, you can't walk away from the table. That's the casino gambler's problem. I told you guys the story of a casino gambler that I knew the other day who was up $700 and went all the way back down to $180. They were in profit, but they couldn't walk away from the table. Professional gamblers know how to walk away from the table. In some ways, farmers are gamblers. They're betting on the seeds, but they also know when they need to cut their crops, till up the ground, and start again with a winter crop or a short crop. If you don't believe me, play Farmville. Traders have to have the same mentality. Now, look at this bottom. Is there any other things we might want to draw? We bounced here and here. Can anyone see anything else? Otherwise, we can zoom in and maybe we're going to see more. And let's put that in here. Based currently on these charts, we would be looking longer term to go down. But on the shorter 2-hour time frames, we are still bullish. There is small opportunity. So there's opportunity to make money between here and here. That little range. Not all the way to the moon, no. Not forever, no. Short time. Get in, get out like a secret agent. Okay? But did anybody else see any other things we want to draw? Otherwise, let's move down. And I think you're going to see it if I go to 1 hour. In fact, let's just do that. It's more easier to see. I won't make it really hard for you. All right. So bullish opportunity at sword cut. So we'd be looking bullish, but remember, for a short time. Let's go to 1 hour. I'm over time. I want to make time for the WordRoom session. Back-to-back session, if you guys want to listen in. Okay. Now, does anybody else see any other lines we might want to draw on here? We're going to go, this is where we get into a little bit territory where we're covering something that is not on lessons 1 through 6. It'll be actually in a future lesson, I think lesson number 7. But I told you guys I want to give you something practical you can use to help put money in your pocket. Okay. Does anybody see any lines we might want to draw on this picture? Go ahead and draw it. Who sees what I see? Look at the energy centers. Put them together. Okay. Each one candle is 1 hour. Does anybody see it? I'll give it 10 more seconds. Good. Superfood's drawing. Want to try it, Superfood? Mark right here. He would get it. But it's early for him. The London session moves the most. I'll show it to you. Here it is. The highlighter. Energy center. Let's connect the dots. Did anyone see that trend line? Did anybody see it? Let's draw it for real. Trend line. Core, wick, or approximately here. Let's draw that. Let's give it a baby sky blue color. That trend line. I'm having verification. Approximately here. All right. Is price currently going down on the 1 hour? Yeah. Where would we want to exit if we were in a short, if we were just trading on a 1 hour chart? We want to exit here. Get out. We can find out whatever price that is by just putting a price label on it and moving that down approximately when it's going down about that direction. So we're looking about $1.071. So if I was in a short, I want to get out right now around that because that's my bottom. Okay. If I was looking to buy for some of the lowest prices, maybe I'm looking around these prices. That alone is going to help you tremendously. But it's not the entry I like. But it's approximately where the next support is. So somebody's saying, what's the next support if I'm dollar cost averaging? There it is. There's a support right here. But how can we use that? That's not exactly how we're going to trade, but I'm showing you the support. There's another trend line. Here it is. This is Tiger. Some of you guys know it from the Tiger videos. I didn't teach it in this current class, but it's approximately here. This is a little advanced right here, so you guys don't have to draw this one, but I'm drawing it for you. And if you want to, I'll include this. We have two separate angles, and because of that, I'm going to give them two separate colors, so you guys are not confused. These two angles form a pattern, and I'm going to highlight it. Okay, let's move this. Let's get a new clone, and I'm going to show you here. 1 hour price is currently in Tiger formation. Okay, that means the Tiger energy is happening. Okay, I didn't cover this, but if some of you guys saw my other tutorials, that means that we can calculate Tiger energy halfway, and now we got a new angle. That middle angle, we can just draw a flat trend line. That's basically how you do it. We halfway, get the average, and now you have your Tiger line. We can duplicate, we can put Texas into Tiger line. Let's put this in the middle. Let's make it really thick. This is a little bit advanced, but that's why you have your tools in your belt to understand the story that's happening. There's only really a few patterns. Okay. Now you don't really need this analysis, but you can put this on here. Okay. Let's delete a few of this, and then I'm going to go down to the 5-minute chart. I promised you, right? I promised you I'm going to go down and show you more. So for right now, I'm gonna just fade away that Tiger line because it's enough for you guys to know it exists. You're saying, I don't know how to do Tiger yet. Don't worry. I'll still show you how to just use our basic lessons, how you can use this to find the next trade. Okay. Not that one. That one. Good. Okay. So now here's our picture. Here's our trade. This is the angle. And instead of duplicating the top, I'm letting you guys know there's Tiger energy at work. Now, you could put this out here, but I also want you to draw the range, either cloning double to the top wicks, approximately here, because that's the one that includes all of these little spikes up here. So if you want to just make things simple for yourself, just draw a range. But the reason I'm not drawing that is because I already calculated this is Tiger energy. Okay. Now, all Tiger energy means, and this is advanced, so it's real. I'm going to make things really simple. It's just the price is bouncing up and down between this triangle. The triangle expands outward. Okay, that's all that means. It's just getting, see how it's small here, but then bigger and bigger. I think you guys know that the top is up there, and you guys know that the bottom is still down here. So that's all that Tiger energy means. Tiger energy. Got it? It's just like a cone. And sometimes the cone is expounding out. Sometimes the cone is expanding in. We'll teach that in the next lessons, but I already have tutorials on YouTube teaching about that, or on our Patreon, I said. Just go to my website, type in Tiger if you're ready for more lesson. But now we're going to zoom in a little bit further. So let's put these here. 1 hour, 2 hour. Zoom in 30 minutes. Cut it in half. Come on. Here we go. Now here's where we're going to start getting into some very interesting stuff. Currently, if we're looking at this on the chart, if this is our price, we can start blocking out some of the other energy that's happening right now. Let's give it to you practically. Watch carefully. I'm going to draw some bottoms. Here's a bottom, rounding action. Spike, if I connect those together, change of behavior here. If I was bullish and I was bouncing bull, I want to get out right here. I say, oh, if price is out here, I already know we're coming down to the last support, which is here. So I can take a short now. So here I can take a buy, make money going up, exit. Here I can take a short, make money, exit. When I see that price is rounding, here I can take a buy, here, and where should I exit approximately? Based on some of this, I may want to exit at sword cut, about right here. But I also may be saying, but the overall story is that we're still going up. So I could, if I wanted to, take buys down here and just set some limit orders to exit out here, which I did. But let's go a little bit further, okay? I'm just showing you practically how we can navigate some of this. Buy, exit. Now, the downtrend is here. I would buy here. Second confirmation is when we cross this side. That's when I buy again. Where's the resistance? Here. So there's a trade from here to here. Did we make that money? I did yesterday. Or last night when I was sleeping, I should say. From here to here. I set some limit orders in advance, knowing where some of these entries and exits were. Price should respond to here and reject. When price comes there, you exit the trade. I have some pictures that can show you. It's going to be easier for me to show you next time live because I had pictures as it was happening and they're on our laptop. But let's go to 15. I'm going faster because we're running out of time. Here's a 15-minute chart. What do you see on this chart? What do we draw here? Do you see that? What I see?
Oh, bullet?
Maybe. Let's draw it. Straight. Touch, source point, secondary point, verification, verification, verification. It's pretty straight. What do we draw next? Starts with an S.
Sword cut.
That's right. We can draw the sword cut here. Is price rounding at this sword cut?
No.
That's
rounding, yes.
Yeah. Oops. Yeah. So now we're down to a 15-minute chart. Each one of these candles is 15 minutes worth of time. And we're still identifying the same stuff that I teach you day in and day out. You guys see the flow of price. And now you can see. So if price is rounding here, as long as we don't have any other bigger reasons, we might say, hey, price should reverse here. Let's put that in our... Now let's put this in a more practical sense. Price should reverse here based on the 15-min sword cut. Okay, so we can take a picture of that. Price is rounding. Also, price is rounding. That is bullish. Okay, so you guys can use that. Is there an opportunity for bullishness? Maybe. Let's draw a little bit more. Okay, based on this, price could also come to the bottom if we stretch it out. But if this sword cut holds, we'd be looking bearish. Now, I want to show you something else. Let's go down now to a 5-minute chart. After we hit 15, we're now ready to go to 5-minute, and we hit our goal. All right, now watch carefully. This is the 5-minute chart. And I'm going to show you a trade that I saw on this one. Okay? If our major trade was up here, and our support was here, is there any micro trades that you can take on a 5-minute chart in between here? Yes, and this one's a little bit hard to see, so I'm going to draw it for you. But if I see the candles doing this, see how they keep doing that and that, even this little foundational area here. You can see the candles. They're kind of curving to the underside. If they're doing that curve, then here's my mind. It thinks curve. So let's see if we can connect those bottoms, because those little, it's like the DNA. The DNA reveals if there's poison. The DNA reveals if there's health. But if I can draw and connect those curves, the energy, then I can know approximately where we should be entering and exiting. The verification for this is the round actions here. All the round, all the bottoms around the round. I should say this. This is round. This is round. The top is round. So again, I'm thinking parabolic curve like that. Therefore, the trend is parabolic. I'm just going to draw that. Take this picture for your memory. 5-minute chart. How can you use this to make money? This is another way right here. Based on this, I know there's a change of behavior. Where do we get out of the trade? If we're bullish from here and I want to squeeze out more trades, where do I exit the trade? If I'm in profit, it starts going up and I'm in profit because I knew to enter here. Where do we exit? Because we can see this in advance. Even when the candles are way here, we know this curve. We can draw that curve and continue into the future. And I say, ooh, we're bouncing up. Where do we get out of the trade? Does anybody know? How do you navigate?
Before the sword cut?
Before the sword cut? Okay. There's one guess, somewhere before here. Is there any other place we might want to exit the trade? Does anybody see it? Does anybody know? After this, I'm going to give you a secret. Superfood, you know what? We got 10 more minutes left. The answer is right here. Look on my screen. That's where you get out. Change your behavior. Was there a sword cut based on that parabolic cut? You darn right there was. Look. Guys, it's the same method we're doing on the high time frames. Sword cut. Price hit the sword cut how many times? Twice. One here and one here. So if I'm in a bullish position, I bought down here, bull into profit, and then price crosses over this curve because I know that curve. We know it. We knew it since here and here. So you knew in advance where to get out. Did I take this trade personally? Yes, I did. Did I make some money? Yes, I did. Small amount. If you guys are trading a more higher leverage, you can make quite a bit. I think I made just a small amount. I think I only made $15. $15 profit. I closed out my position somewhere around $15, $16. You get out there. For some person, another person based on their leverage or the account size, they would make maybe $150. Some people more. Okay. That's where you exit. Now, I would say if I'm shorting this, there's a larger parabolic here. I may want to exit in a short. So somebody's saying, okay, what should we do? Let me show you with arrows real quick. Annotation, arrows. I'm going to highlight this. I'm going to add these, and I'm going to put a down marker here. Down arrow. Then, if I'm exiting that trade, I want to exit. If I'm in a short, I want to exit back at the sword cut in these areas. In this case, if I was trading really exact, I would have missed my target because price only came about this high. And price came back up, I would have still not been negative, but then price came down, it would have exited me out of the position. So now I sold, made some money. Bought, made some money. The story is now rounding. I want to be looking bearish. Make some money. I now know the story. After this, I walk away from the table and I wait for the new part of the story or what's happening next. Okay. Sometimes, and I need you guys to know this too, sometimes you're not buying because you may really be like, say, hey, I know the story. Why do I want to take any buys? I don't want to take any buys. I only want to take the shorts. Good. You can short and exit. It doesn't mean buy. Take another short here. Exit. It does not mean buy. It just means you're only taking the down bets. You're only betting on the red candles. You're only betting on the down moves. You're not betting on just because it's out of support. It doesn't mean anything. I'm just letting you guys know if you had a reason to take the buy here. Now, I didn't take this buy. I think that we're doing class right now. But I did exit and short in these areas because I knew exactly where at the beginning of classes. Somebody tell me the last thing that's happening on this trade. Somebody tell me the last thing that's happening on this trade and how we might use this to make money today if we were Forex traders. What is the last thing that's happening here? Does anybody see the bigger picture? Does anybody know? I'll give it to you since we're out of time. We're rounding at a sword cut. Is the sword cut big? No, it's not that big. It's only that one sword cut, and I think that was based on the 15-minute chart. I better put that in here. 15-minute. So it's good you label your lines. Okay, we covered that in class. So now somebody could say this is in delay territory, right? On my actual chart, I had it in yellow like that. I always draw these yellow symbol, and that means delay territory. But if delay territory, now you know some tops and bottoms you can get in, get out. But you got to be aware, is there any other thing that's happening? Somebody tell me if they see any other thing happening on this chart. One other thing. This is the last thing we'll cover, so you guys know what to do. Is there an opportunity today on euro? Yes or no? Who can see it? Can your eye see what my eye see? After I draw it, you're going to be like, oh, I see it. And then we'll put it all together. 10 seconds. Who can see what I can see? I'll draw it. I'll take a picture. When we upload your notes, you can practice. Here it is, my friends. Here it is. You day traders, you have a 5-minute chart in front of you. How do you make money doing it? We saw the story, and I'll show you. Flow, round, energy centers. I'm seeing either a straight or a parabolic, which means we want to take the trade in what area? The answer is this area. Where's our tops? Up here. That means if price is breaking above here, we would be looking to go up. Let's draw that professionally. You can use different verification methods for that parabolic, but that's basically what I see on this 5-minute. There we go. This is the 5-minute parabolic. Let's draw the call out, not the price. This is a 5-min parabolic, and the time is going to be 15:50. I think I won't put the exact time, but it's currently in our class. This is live trade. This tells us price is between a rock and a hard place. Here's the rock, here's the hard place on top. When do we take any trades right now, this very second? Do we take any trades right now, this very second? Yes or no?
No.
No, that's right. If price breaks up to the top, we know we're going to go higher. If price breaks to the lower, you know that we're going to go to that lower support based on here, the 15-minute. So you now know all the prices that you could take if you were scalping this. Now, when you're taking quick trades in Forex, they call it scalping. But this is how we can use to make cash, or I should say money today, based on the behaviors of price. Here it is. Okay. So this is the health area. I need to put, by the way, prices above here with structure would be healthy and bullish. See the angles and prices above to know the exits. So now I have maybe 2 reasons why I'd want to get in based on the rounding action at the sword cut and a break above. Let's put that so you guys can see that. I'm going to put a little note about this. Let's make this actually green, and let's clone that out. We may have 2 reasons why we would enter a short, I don't want to use a short, enter a quick position, quick bullish position. Number 1, round action at a sword cut. Number 2, if price break, we would enter and exit. And let's put those prices. Enter around, would enter as close to the parabolic, and those prices are currently around 1.0 area, and exit around 1.077, and I'll just put 0. I don't want the full 8 because I'm not going to be greedy. I'll be exiting somewhere around here. 770 is about right here. Okay, we don't need to be greedy. Okay, does everybody see that? So if you guys were looking for a trade today, there may be one in a few hours. It's there. It's waiting. Okay, so now let's put all together that story. Currently, there's no more trade on the table because the money was only from here to here. And see how the money was getting less and less and less and less. The money will be here and the money will be here. Let's draw both options because I don't really care what it does. It would be nice if it breaks above, but it could go down and it could go up. The money that's on the table is much more if it goes higher. So let's make that white and we'll end our class for today. After this, I want you guys to hang out with us because Vibrant's going to be, we're going to send out one more link. You guys got this private link because you guys are Dive members, and I'm going to make an announcement right now. Okay, so those are going to be the 2 trades that we would be looking at, and those are the prices. So you guys wanted a trade for today? Watch, I'll take these trades. If it breaks down to the bottom, I would like to take the trade down. It's a funner trade and exit about right here. If the breaks above, I might want to be back in and exit here. Now, why would we be interested in getting out here? And that's why I needed to go back to our original drawings. Okay, why would we? Oh, I didn't take the picture. Why would we be interested in getting out higher? Because, as we covered today, we saw here. This was our first. The monthly chart is bearish. We got that from a few different reasons, which we covered today. Then we saw on the monthly chart where the resistance is overall monthly up here in the yellow parabolic, but we also identified a more shorter resistance, and that is here at the pink, and that is what's been happening. So we have been rejecting where we're supposed to reject. That means that overall, over the next couple of maybe years, we possibly will be looking at lower prices. But that doesn't help us make money today. So as we move down to the weekly, we saw, hey, there was some bullishness that happened here. But the bullishness is slowing down as we hit that sword cut on the monthly chart. There was actually a monthly chart sword cut right here. So this is more confirmation that we are rounding underneath that sword cut. So we're looking overall on the weekly over the next few weeks, maybe the next few months, therefore to go down because each candle is one weekly chart. Let's go back further a little bit to recap what we learned today. Then we covered and saw that there is another set of weaknesses if we draw the straight between these 2 points. And we saw it and it looks like this. We saw that price is rounding. So now, I'm sorry, we didn't see rounding. We saw that price break above into weakness territory. Overall, on the daily chart, we saw that daily chart price is showing weakness, entering weakness territory. So we're looking for price to go up a little bit before it goes down. Overall picture going down. So if you bet going down, you're going to make money, but it's going to be over a long time. If you're looking for something, now we know the story. The story is we should be hitting resistance at sword cut, which is around 0.0177. So that means there's a little bit more bullishness. If we look to the 4-hour chart, we can actually starting to see the truth. The truth is that price is rounding nicely up into the area, which means that it's only maybe a few more days before we hit that top. So overall, we're still going up, but don't bet on going up for long. We could hit all the way to the top 108 or 107, but overall right now, today, we don't really want to be looking to short just yet. Almost. Okay, I designed this method to see the trade as it's happening, not just wait for cup and handle patterns. No, as it's happening. And that's where our method really shines, sword method. Okay, now when we zoomed into the 2 hour, we saw a yellow parabolic, and we drew that today in class. Watch the video if you guys didn't see it. And here we can see that there's bullishness. We saw rounding on top of the sword cut, so that's perfect. We should be going up. Again, that's more confirmation. We came in here, but where's the tops? The tops are when we draw the roof up here in red. So you now know where all the exits are. If you want to buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, squeeze out all the profits, you can. But remember, you need to zoom in. This is a 1 hour chart. Let's go down further. When we went to the further, we saw this. We saw that there was a break above this line and bullishness happened, but the sword cut was still hot. The sword cut is now being hit and rounding nicely on here. And that's where we're at today. That's where we're at today over the past 15 minutes. So during class, as class is happening, as you guys were watching, price was hitting this entry, looking for an entry. And it's possible price may continue to go up. But we also saw, as we looked down, more energy, and that was parabolic. As we went down to the 5 minute chart, we saw price rounding above here. Now I saw this from last night, so I knew where it was. I knew it was right here. If price crosses over, whenever it crosses over, weakness, baby. We're going down, but only going down to a certain time. So it's quick trades. Short, make the money, go down, exit. Okay? Make the money, go down, exit. If you want to enter at the sword cut, if you believe we're going up, but you need more confirmation. And here's that confirmation. We drew it for you here. Again, 5 minute chart. Yellow, that yellow parabolic right here on top on the 5 minute chart. It's going to be your confirmation when you enter into that territory. You only have a few minutes. Watch it happen today. Watch what happens. And then if it breaks to the bottom side, you're going to the next support, 107. So wait for the trade. Wait for a few minutes. Somebody tell me. It'll probably happen while Vibrant's teaching, but that's the trade. Okay? So I took many of these trades up and down, just going leg to leg to leg. I took a total of, I think, 3 trades between yesterday and when I was sleeping. So I put some trades to go. All right. Normally I would ask for more questions, but right now we're out of time. And I want you guys, if you guys have more questions, shoot me those emails and I'll cover those questions next time. Now I'm going to give you guys the announcement. So thanks all for joining me this morning. I know it's early. I hope you guys learned a lot. I hope you guys are going to able to improve your trading skills by zooming in. And Forex is a great place to do it. The announcement I want to make is that in the near future, we are going to be opening up a trade room. So a trade room is going to be where we are going to do Forex trading, maybe a little crypto trading, but I like Forex because sometimes the opportunities are down and sometimes the opportunities are up. In Forex, it's just one button to buy, one button to sell, and you can short it with that sell button, and you can make money when it goes down and make money when it goes up. So it doesn't matter which direction, it's just seeing the energy on charts. And it's going to be a lot like today's class, but it won't. But today's was a tutorial. We weren't really slow. So you'll, in those trade rooms, it's just going to be me showing my charts, keeping my charts on the screen for 1 or 2 Forex pairs maybe. And I'll show you guys the trades as they go up and go down. So I'll show you guys those live positions, what we're looking for, the energy, the targets, the maps on 5 minute charts, maybe even 1 minute charts. It depends on where the trade is at and what the story is. So it'll look a lot like today. You'll log in to that call and I'll be like, oh, this is my map. This is what we're looking for. And as it's going, you'll see me show you. I'll be there to assist you if you need help with the putting the buys and sells in. We'll probably make something where we'll help you open accounts. If you needed accounts, I recommend, if you guys are interested in a Forex account, the one I'm currently using is KTO. This is the website, and I'll show it to you real quick. They have a new platform that you can use called Trade. What is it called? Trade. I have it on my laptop. I don't have it. You guys will go to the website and I'll show you KTO4X. And here's my screen real quick. KTO4X. If you click on KTO4X, if you guys want to get started, the website's here. You can log in for a demo account. You click on trading, or let's see, where's it? Trade Locker, that's the website I'm using, Trade Locker. It's really good. It's a web-based browser. You click on it and it shows in its trading view. It's trading view. It doesn't have all the indicators, but it's based on trading view. Okay, there's an option on here where you can sign up for a demo account. Click on Start Trading Today. And then one of them, if you guys wanted to sign up, I don't have an affiliate link or anything, so I'm not trying to make money doing that. But this is just a website where you guys can sign up to get an account that lets you trade Forex pairs. You can do it on MT4, MetaTrader 4, if you want to, if you're PC, but I'm digging this new Trade Locker because it's so easy. It's really easy. Click on About. When you sign up, there is ways you can sign up for a demo account, and we'll probably cover that later. But basically you fund it, and then you have to, usually you fund it through Instacoins. You go into Instacoins account and click approve, and you'll send the money. If you guys need more help with that, shoot me an email. We'll make a time to call if you guys need help with that. But if you guys know how to help others, please help others in that. But that's going to be TradeRoom. So TradeRoom will be buying and selling using leveraged positions. I always tell you, beware against leverage trading. But in Forex, you have to use leverage because of how Forex works, the actual core of how the money goes in and out. And you'll use lots. They're called lots, which are pieces. And we use fractions of lots. And you'll have leverage between 100 to 500 leverage, which is an insane amount. So just use 100. If it asks you to set up an account, just use 100 to 1 leverage, 100 to 1, 100.1. And then just read about it if you guys want to get started on Forex trading. There's lots of other websites you can do to get started on Forex trading, but I'm letting you guys know I do have it in my heart to do TradeRoom soon. But right now, I got to make sure you guys are ready. You guys are going to be trained. Some of you guys will take over TradeRoom. Once we have the big maps, we're going to build the maps together. You'll have, listen to me, you're going to have the same maps that I do. We're going to make sure that you're following along, drawing the lines on your iPad or on your laptop. You will need a tablet or a laptop. It's a given. You're going to have to. You can draw these lines on the Trade Locker through the website, and it will save your lines. It saves them on Forex. It saved all mine. And I've been using them for a few days since I started doing it, because I said I was going to start a trade room doing the intraday trading sometime this year, and so now I picked it up again and I'm doing it. But it's the same method that we do for the daily chart, all the way down to 5, just like you guys learned today in the lesson. So I want you guys to invest in yourself. When you want a skill, invest in yourself. Read a book, learn how to use a tablet, download TradingView on your iPad. Okay, or your tablet. It's a tablet you can get for $100. An iPad you can get a used one for maybe $200, $300. If you want the pro models, you can. If you guys are doing YouTube stuff, and then you want to get like pro stuff if you can. So get a tablet, open up a Forex account, join me in TradingRoom, even if you're just using a demo and fake money, because it's going to help you learn how to. But I recommend using real money, even if you're using just a few dollars, because it teaches you how to control your emotions. When it's a demo account, anyone can do it. I took a demo account from 100,000 and made it to 200,000. I did that. But when it's real money, it's different, because you feel the emotions. You feel it, and you have to control it. How do you control it? Unless you practice. If you're losing, ooh, I lost $12. Ooh, I gained $15, but you couldn't walk away from the trade. So then you lose it again. I was up 20, but I went to sleep. I woke up, it was only at 15, so I closed it. Oh man! So sometimes you can lose it. We were playing Mario Kart. There was a trade on the way down, but I didn't fund it at that time, so I missed out on that trade. It was an easy down move, and it bounced exactly where me and Melody were watching. I was having her do it. I was like, okay, where's the trade? She was like, according to this, it should be here, and she took it. She took the trade. She drew it, but she didn't take it. I shouldn't say that. She took it, but she showed me exactly where it is. And we were watching it the whole day, all the way until we were done playing our video game with our nephew. And then I was like, ooh, the price hit really quick. So sometimes it moves quick. And I want you guys to be ready. That's what's in my heart, to launch TradeRoom. We are doing a prototype of TradeRoom currently, but it's the same method we've been using for the last 2 years. But now we're going to be doing it like on 5-minute charts, identifying trades, picking them out, and then taking them together. But to do that, we have to draw as a team. So I've been in heavy discussions about this, and I want you guys to join me. During the month, and yeah, we'll soar together, right? We'll soar together. All right, we're going to take a break. I want you guys to take a quick bathroom break. And at this moment, I want you, if you guys are watching the video, join us next time. We're going to now go into WordRoom. I'm going to resend the link and modify the link for everyone, resend it to everybody. But now it's going to be WordRoom, and we're going to continue, start your day listening to the Word of God. If you can participate with Vibrant, it's important. You guys are saying, why are we moving to 2 Word Rooms a week, teaching the teachings by John Paul Jackson? The leadership for the art of listening God is so important that you guys learn this material. It's so critical that we're taking decades of stuff that takes us years and condensing it into very small formats. A lot of information, and I want you to get it. It's so important. It's not good enough that you're just traders. Some of you guys please hear my heart. In a short amount of time, many of you are going to step into billions of dollars because of the wealth transfer. I even had a dream last night about the money in the banks being forced to give out. Guys, the wealth transfer is going to make you guys step into a crazy amount of money. It's not a coincidence that some of you who are getting it through crypto are in our community, because the Lord wanted you to learn the charts, and some of you know it. I've spoken to many of you guys, and you know you're supposed to learn the charts. And I'm doing my best to make this content available, putting you over my shoulder, showing you how price flows. You're going to need these skills, whether I'm here or not. God may call me in to work only directly on the cities of refuge or the things that I'm supposed to do. And I leave you with these videos. I leave you with this content so that when you have $1 billion overnight and some guru on YouTube is saying, hey, you guys should sell, and he has this Bitcoin t-shirt, you guys should buy Bitcoin, you're not getting thrown off. You know how to read. There's always a trade. There's always a trade. My goal is to teach you how to read so you can read for yourself if the trade is done, if there's no money on the table, or if there is money on the table. So that when your Uncle Joe says, hey, we got to get you in started in this investment, we got to buy this stock right now, and you're reading the stock, you're reading the energy, you're reading the flow, you drew the map and you're like, this thing is in sick territory. It's not even close to being healthy. It's going to waste my money for the next, and you calculate, the next 2 years it's going to waste my money. I told everybody, get out of Luna. When did I tell you guys that? Almost over a year ago now. Because I saw that price moved into weak territories. I said, get out of Shiba. Because price moved into sick territory a while back ago. We saw weakness on XRP in 2022. When you guys can read the chart yourself, you won't get thrown off by a guru. You will say, how do I mitigate my money? Right now, this is going to waste my time. Right now, this isn't healthy. If you see XLM healthy right now, or you see XDC healthy right now, but you see a lot of other things that are weak, at least the odds are in your favor. And if you see things that are weak, you could take some shorts and make some money as markets crash. You know that there's going to be big volatile movements during the wealth transfer. And I want you guys to have something you took from my heart to help you navigate. I wish I could go back in time and teach myself these kinds of things. I would have saved years and thousands of dollars. And we offer the club that you guys can talk to me, message me, sit over my shoulder, request charts, maps for $18 a month for Dive. And I really love being in your life because I get to teach you many things, the Word of God. Take it serious. Take it serious. Because when your Uncle Joe calls up, hey, what's happening? You're going to remember the lessons that you can never force crypto to do anything. You're going to remember how to read. With or without me, you're going to know how to read. And that's what I want to teach you, because you can read any book, any crypto, any stock, they all work the same. I love you guys.